the news today?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're all aware, but just come closer. Doctor Who could be airing on a Sunday. No.
How many hearts will be broken?
Don't forget to
How many lives shattered?
Stop! Stop! Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here. Actually, with that bandana on your head, what are you, KSI? But today I have some very important news to share with you. You might have already seen it, you might not be aware. I kinda gave it away in the pre-credits. But there's this rumour going round spread by...
The Mirror.
Stay with me. There's a rumour going round by The Mirror that when Doctor Who returns in the autumn with Jodie Whittaker, it might air in a Sunday time slot. And anything I've seen has lost their about this.
Doctor Who is dead!
I'm actually a bit ill, so if I cough randomly and put a funny effect over it, you know, secretly, I'm dying. But yeah, all these people, Doctor Who is dead! It's not dead, okay? I think people forget a few basic factors that mean the Sunday thing can potentially work, in my opinion. So, what I wanted to point out first is this is coming from The Mirror. And yes, I know The Mirror has been right about Doctor Who things before that it's reported, but have you seen some of the things they claim? A lot of these tabloids say it's because of the ratings dip. Now, on screen now is the segment of the article which gives the series averages from, I think the comparison is Series 8 to Series 10. But, if you look in the latest edition of Doctor Who magazine, in the public image section, they've actually done a write-up on the ratings averages. And so what we have here, okay, so the 2014 series, so Series 8, it averaged 7.34 million viewers per episode. And Series 10 averaged 5.64 million. Is that a drop? Yes. Is it the exact drop that the Mirror's reporting?
No.
And another thing that they got wrong is they're blaming it on Strictly Come Dancing. For those of you who don't know, it's this big programme in the UK, it's on every autumn, usually wins the night. But Strictly is just on in the autumn, which the Mirror claims is the main problem. However, Series 10 didn't air in the autumn, it aired in the spring. So the Mirror has got things wrong again. But anyway, the main point I wanted to talk about is this a bad thing? I know it's just a rumour, but is it a bad thing? Well, I don't think so. Principally has usually been in a Saturday tea time slot. When it debuted in 1963, it was on around 5:15 and stayed around that mark. For example, when it came back in 2005, it was generally on about 7 PM, which still worked. So it's worked in these different time slots, but Doctor Who has not exclusively been on a Saturday. I know a lot of Whovians know this, but there might be some who don't. When Peter Davison took over as the 5th Doctor, the show moved its time slot. It moved to twice a week, and from what I remember, the first series was Monday, Tuesday, the second was Tuesday, Wednesday, and the third was Thursday, Friday.
BBC One Entertainment for the new season, and now twice weekly on Mondays and Tuesdays, a new look for Doctor Who.
That's the trouble with regeneration. You never quite know what you're going to get.
So you've got 2 Doctor Who episodes a week. And yes, I know this was mainly done just to test the water, because they were trying to prep things like EastEnders coming out, which would follow at first a similar format. And you know what? All the Peter Davison episodes ratings-wise did pretty damn well. I think it reached highs of 10 million, the lowest probably being... Oh, I actually can't remember. I think it's something in the 3rd or 2nd season. But they're not low, it's around 6 or 7 million, which back then was still pretty good. So it moved to bi-weekly, so that's worked. And yes, I know we're going to bring up the Sylvester McCoy era when the show was on Mondays and then Wednesdays.
Doctor Who returns with a new adventure this Wednesday at 7:35 on One.
And it failed. Why did it fail? Coronation Street. But that's potentially a story for another day. It doesn't mean every time Doctor Who's moved it's worked, of course it hasn't, but generally Saturdays is where it's been for the most part, and that has worked. So Sunday, territory Doctor Who has never breached before. Well, again, there are some positives. Think about Chris Chibnall, the new showrunner. He made Broadchurch, and that was, for a time, broadcast on Sunday nights, and that essentially made the ratings for them. Broadchurch would be topping the ratings every single week. Chris Chibnall turned a slot which, in this country, is often, I don't know, a bit dead most of the time, and made it essential appointment viewing that people had to sit down and watch this. So why can't Doctor Who do the same thing? I will agree with the tabloids in one sense that yes, when Strictly is on, it seems the BBC revolves everything around Strictly. They know that's going to win, they know it's the big hit, they put that first. So, if Doctor Who is going to be in the autumn this year when Strictly's on, why not move it to a Sunday? Strictly's not going to be on, so we can have prime slots maybe? Maybe about the 7 PM time slot again, like in 2005? They can put it somewhere where it can once again maybe bring in the numbers. But of course there is a third factor that I need to talk about, which is of course the change in television viewing habits. Now if you cast your mind back to 2007, Voyage of the Damned had premiered at Christmas Day and it brought in 13.31 million viewers. That's the highest rating for any 21st century Doctor Who, and it's one of the highest ratings of all time for Doctor Who. On that Christmas, that was roughly when the iPlayer was launched. So up until 2007, live broadcast still made up the majority of the audience figures. Flash forward 10 years to now, and you've got things like the iPlayer, you've got on demand, you've got streaming services, recording services, and the Barb, which is the company who tracks these ratings, don't account a lot of those. They account the live viewers, they account the +7 viewers, those who watch within a week, and I think to an extent they tally the iPlayer viewers, but again, only for about a week or 2 weeks or so. What I'm trying to say is, the ratings that are presented to the press, to the public, they're not necessarily accurate anymore. Back in the day, you know, before recordings, before the internet, live broadcasts, that was it. It was a lot easier to track. So just because, say, Series 10 averaged about 5.5 million viewers, in today's standards, that's still pretty good. I know I might be beating a dead horse and I'm not the only channel or person in the world to talk about this. I just wanted to try and calm the air, that if Doctor Who does move on to a Sunday, and remember,
it's just a rumour.
If it does move to a Sunday, then, well, sure, why not? I'll give it a go. It moved to a Monday, it moved to a Tuesday, it moved midweek in the 80s. It worked. Tried it again, didn't work so well. Death by scheduling. I honestly think with the success of shows like Broadchurch and other Sunday night hits on BBC One, that moving Doctor Who to a Sunday could potentially work as a ratings boost. I think they're going to jump anyway, because, you know, new Doctor, that always brings in the views, and a female Doctor, of course. I honestly think Sunday nights wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. And what with a shorter episode run confirmed, and the potential that there might not be a Christmas special, like a standoff, it might run through Christmas or finish at Christmas, it's all change. We as Whovians have experienced change so many times, arguably more than any other fandom out there. The main actor gets constantly recast. The look of the show, the feel of the show, the sound, it all changes. So again, similar to the casting of Jodie, I don't get why a lot of people make out that Sunday night is Doctor Who walking towards a noose. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it's just more of the Mirror's bull.
Attacking our news organization. Can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are attacking our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give us a
is
chance
terrible.
to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet,
you state,
quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's
categorically,
asking a question.
Mr.
Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No,
give
I'm
us
not
a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Please explore the channel. I do other Doctor Who related videos as well as other stuff. Yeah, check out the channel. Please like, give us a share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you fancy, and I'll see you next time.
Why do they do this, Jodie? Why would they do this to you?
Fuck off.